Shalom, shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Once again, it's another edition of the daily edification, the daily exhortation, and it comes to you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bar Shem, Yahushai Bar Shem Rapakwadash. All praises and glories definitely due, especially in these times. Now, speaking of these times, in this video, I want to focus on the term called the elect. That is the most important office in the nation of Israel. The elect of the nation of Israel. And one of the many reasons that makes it so important is when the Yahushai comes back, which we're hoping is this year, right? That's why Elder Apostle Tar gave the title of this year, the year of hastening the day. So we hope Yahushai, as it is written, we're prisoners of hope, right? We hope Yahushai will come this year. That would be beautiful, right? Now, the question is, when he comes back, who is he going to gather? What group of Israelites is he going to gather? The elect. So that right there, if nothing don't show you that, or show you the importance of the elect, if that don't show you that example I just gave you, if that don't show you the importance of the elect, nothing will. The only Israelites that's going to make it out of here when Yahushua comes back, and when I say out of here, meaning Babylon the Great, also known as America, the only Israelites that's going to make it is the elect. And the elect is a small number in comparison to the nation. So let's read that, right? Matthew, the 24th chapter, beginning at the 29th verse. The point is in the 30th verse, or actually the 31st verse is the point. But starting at the 29th verse, it says, immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light. Now, do you know Zephaniah said the same thing? When you go in the book of Zephaniah, the first chapter, it talks about that day of the Lord, that's going to be a day of darkness. As a matter of fact, let's get it. Once again, this shows the validity of the Old Testament, because you got certain individuals talking about they don't deal with the Old Testament. They only deal with the New Testament. Well, they're ignorant, okay, because there's prophecies in the Old Testament that hasn't even been fulfilled yet. And I'm about to read one of them, said by the prophet Zephaniah. Zephaniah 1 and 14, it says, the great day of the Lord is near. Has that happened yet? Nope. We're hoping it happens this year, the year of the hastening, right? The great day of the Lord is near, and his name is Yahushai. It is near and hasteth greatly, even the voice of the day of the Lord. And on that day, there indeed is going to be a voice of the Lord, because you go in the book of Revelation, the 18th chapter, the Lord is actually going to say, and we believe it's going to be in ancient Hebrew, of course, come out of her, my people, that ye receive none of her plagues. That's actually going to be said. Okay? A voice is going to actually say that. It's going to be the voice of the Lord. So literally, that part where it says, even the voice of the day of the Lord, that is literal. All right? As a matter of fact, to prove what I just said, let's just read it. Okay? We'll go back to that scripture, Revelation 18, which links up with Zephaniah, which links up with Matthew. Revelation 18 and 4. And I heard another voice from heaven. See? Now, this is literal. This is not figurative. This is not a dark saying. This is not a parable. This is literal. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. And this is going to be literal. It's a literal voice. The voice of the Lord is going to say this to his elect, and it's going to be said in Hebrew. And actually what is being said is that America is going to be destroyed at that same time by those plagues, which the plagues is going to be those missiles and the chariots. Okay? It's going to both be destroying this place. So the Lord wants his elect to come out of this place before it's destroyed. Okay? That's what that literally means. Because those plagues, which is the missiles and the chariots, is going to tear this place apart. Okay? So before the Lord does that, he want to get his elect out of that place. Okay? Another scripture that comes to mind is Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah 26 real quick. Isaiah 26 and 20, because that lines up with Revelation 18 and 4. Isaiah 26 and 20 says this: Come, my people, the Lord's elect, as we will find out in Matthew the 24th chapter. It ain't talking about every Israelite. It's only talking about the elect of the Israelites. Okay? Isaiah 26 and 20. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. What is the chambers? Now that's a dark saying. That's a parable. What is the chambers? That's a metaphor for those chariots, which is likened unto a chamber. Okay? Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers. And if you go in the book of Thessalonians, the 4th chapter, it tells you how the elect are going to be taken up into those chariots, abducted, if you will, so that they can escape the destruction. This is what we're about to read here. Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers, and shut thy doors about thee. Yeah, go into the chariots. Come into the chariots. The same thing in Revelation, the 18th chapter. Come, my people, escape the plagues, okay? And shut thy doors about thee, hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment. Now, there's a scripture in Revelation where it speaks about in 1 hour, destruction will come upon Esau by those missiles and the chariots. In 1 hour. And that's a literal hour. So there's your little moment. Hide yourself, you elect, from that moment, right? Hide where? Hide in those chariots. Okay? Hide from what? The destruction, right? Hide thyself, as it were, for a little moment, until the indignation be overpassed. What's the indignation? The destruction that the Lord is coming with. Which the word indignation means righteous anger. In the book of Amos, it speaks about how the Lord's eyes are upon the sinful kingdom, and he will destroy it from off the face of the earth. The sinful kingdom is talking about America, Babylon the Great. This is the sinful kingdom. So it's going to take the Lord 1 hour to destroy this place, man. 1 hour. Rip it apart. Okay? So that's why in Isaiah 26 it says to the elect, because it's really speaking to the elect of the nation of Israel. Enter you into those chariots and hide from the destruction for a little moment. Why is that? Let's read on. For behold, the Lord cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. There you go. The earth also shall disclose her blood, and shall no more cover her slain. And in the same book, Isaiah, the 66th chapter, it says, the slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? So that's going to happen on the great day of the Lord, right? The great day of the Lord. Let's read about it. Zephaniah, the 1st chapter. The great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. On that day is going to be a great salvation, but it's also going to be a great destruction. So that's like perfect balance. Okay? The great day of the Lord is near, it is near, and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. Who's the mighty man? That's talking about those military personnel, such as the Air Force, the Marines, the military personnel, because they're going to be fighting against Yahushua, especially the Air Force. Okay? And the prophet Esdras saw it, okay, and he recorded it too. As a matter of fact, a prophecy that comes to mind is Revelation, the 12th chapter, the 7th verse. Okay, when you go to Revelation, the 12th chapter, and the 7th verse, it says this: and there was war in heaven, and there was war in heaven, meaning what? Yahushua, the angels battling against Esau and their military forces. Case in point, the Air Force, because a lot of those Air Force jets are going to be fighting those chariots, and they're going to lose, all right? That's what Esdras saw. Okay, recorded, I believe it's recorded in the book of 2nd Esdras. It may be the 13th chapter, I'm not sure. Anyway, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. The dragon here represents Esau and his military forces, along with these other nations. and their military forces. They're going to all be, they're all going to join together and fight Yahushua and the angels, okay, and prevail not. And that's the same thing Esdras saw, okay. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can find the scripture. Let me see if I can find the scripture in the Apocrypha to back up what I just read in Revelation 12 and 7. So bear with me for a minute. Should come up. Here it is right here. It's actually 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, like I said. Now this even gets more explicit. Okay, bear with me for a minute. I want to kind of build it up a little. Okay, here we go. 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, and it starts here. Starts here at the let's start the 8th verse. Now remember, in Revelation 12 and 7, it says there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels. This Michael is Michael the archangel, which is coming with Yahushua to battle against Esau and his forces. Now we can prove that in Daniel the 12th chapter. All right, Michael is going to come with Yahushua to bring this war. Okay,